All right, it is time. We are getting ready for some masks here on the channel. Very, very excited for what is about to happen here. You don't know, Mask is a Powered by Apocalypse game, and we're going to get into ours. It's all about kind of making your own comic book, and there's just tools that allow you to do that. You make it issue by issue, and it tends to be a lot of fun, and we've definitely had fun doing that. And what's happening here on the channel is this is going to be our last issue on masks, and then we'll come back next week. Potentially, we're going to be doing a session 0 on another game at some point, and in the meantime, until we get some final player, well, I guess a final player for that game, we're going to be running D&D one shots, probably D&D, until then. So you'll see some new players on here next week, more than likely, and then we're going to just kind of keep on moving from there. So we're going to see what happens. One of the great things about Masks is just it kind of happens. Same with our Monster of the Week that we did before. Things sort of go in and out, and we just kind of see how it all works. And so we've got ideas, but we're going to see what happens. So we're going to begin. So drop comments, drop surprises, and join us as we get all this moving out. We're excited. So now we see the city of the districts here. There is the farming district, the Rex Elder district, the high-tech district, where things zoom. Of course, the district that is made by Elizabeth Burkhart, made to be a 1950s fantasy, with, of course, its superpowered resident, Betty Burkhart. And as we zoom from these districts, each one to each panel, one thing strikes our interest, and that is snow has fallen. It is winter. Some are thinking about putting out lights, others have been contemplating it. But trees have given their leaves, and much of the solar panels of the farming district have actually begun to lift. Technology pushing them above the clouds and enabling a solar chain of power that always powers the city. Slush among the streets goes. Some people trudge through, some of it freezing to their boots. That is, of course, until we get to the high school, the prime spot of the city. For this place, above everything, believes in its future, investing in its future, especially through its young people. This is the shiniest, most decked out place. Everything you could potentially find if you're a young person is here. And older people, though not forbidden, generally just steer clear, respect to allow teenage insanity to be there, and to give them a place that is theirs. And thus, there is a distinct line where we go from the plowed and sanded streets of the city here to warmth. For we see at the center, on top of the high school, a strange device, the weather machine. For typically does not snow in this part of California. And this simply gives that feeling to the rest of the city and gives a kind of break, but keeps it warm for those who are attending school, letting them revel in a forever summer, perfectly temperatured area here. So it doesn't keep decorations, green holly and such being hung as we move down into the classroom, where only 3 students are currently in a study hall, while everyone else has been asked to make projects for community service. These 3, Betty Burkhart, Coda Kane, Sally Jane, sit and have been assigned not so much a project, but just a freelance to the school and the community. They have started to become more fully known, and many, at least those in power, aren't as keen of them associating with the other students. Why, specifically? Well, that is what we're about to find out. So, last where we left everybody was amidst a protection job. You were tasked to take a ship and get it safely into harbor, and things went interestingly. The ship at first was invisible, making itself visible so you could find it, but then not returning to that state. Almost as if it was inviting disaster, and disaster came as another ship with armed mercenaries, it seems, or soldiers, attacked and began thieving, trying to steal pieces, and were assaulted by Sally Jane, Coda Kane, and Betty, trying to protect the ship. Coda, promising to kill people, had gone back on that promise, attempting to find a way to throw people into the ocean to let them escape, asking them to pretend they were dead. And thusly, we are here. So, we're going to kind of play a little bit, and we might do some of our rolling, and we're just going to try to story quickly anything that you feel like may have happened or you want to explore from that fallout. Of course, Betty Burkhart confronting the soldier that might have been saved and getting her owed World War II activation code. It's kind of threw her for a loop. So I will leave the start of the scene to all of you as you sit there with your project that you were just told to find a way to help, find a way to do good for the community. What do you feel like you're doing?
I mean, don't people just volunteer anymore?
I don't think so.
This world is still so foreign and weird.
Yeah, just like that job we did. That was really weird too.
Yeah.
Coda, you know anything about that?
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
The people that attacked the ship were U.S. Marines. How's that for specific?
That's pretty close. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, Lucky I didn't kill them. I let them leave, but I thought we were just there to protect the ship from like bad guys, not from the U.S. government.
All right. Full disclosure, we probably, I probably should have expected something like that.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's just, Eros isn't a very honest person. As soon as we enlisted her help, I should guess it wasn't going to be a fair exchange.
Well, it's not just that they were Marines, though. I mean, they knew World War II signs. And from what I understand, the U.S. military has changed a lot since I worked with them. I mean, that's
Did you
kind of
recognize the
weird.
guy?
They had on a mask and full uniform, so I didn't know who it was. I just knew
All right.
they were giving me signs that I haven't seen for a couple of years. Well, I guess decades now, technically.
He's probably from your timeline. Probably one of the people brought here.
That would narrow down where they could be. Maybe Elizabeth knows where they are, or who they are.
Couldn't hurt to ask, as long as you're good with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Hopefully she didn't write the name down in the journal.
Yeah. Hopefully she remembers.
Well, yeah. Fair. But to be honest, I'm glad she's out of my head.
Me too.
So, should we just go there and ask?
Like right
I
now
mean-
in school or like after school. Should we just like sneak out?
I guess no one's here.
People in the
No
school
one's
just
here.
going
It's
in
the
this
worst
class
that's
right
gonna
now.
happen.
Yeah, I mean we still have to be here, but we could sneak out, guys.
Unless one of you has a way to contact her that I'm not aware of.
I don't.
Nope.
Why would that be weird?
Yeah, so I guess we go there.
There's a knock at the door.
Are we at the library or are we at the...
You're in an empty classroom currently.
Oh,
I swear to God, if that's her behind the door, Betty. And Sully Jane's
We
gonna walk
weren't
over
planning. Cody just screams at the door. We weren't planning on leaving.
and opens the door. Hello?
Standing there in their black suit and black glasses is the Aegis agent. Who keeps their name. Miss Jane. Is Betty here?
Yeah. Betty, it's for you.
I just waved from the table. Come on in.
As he approaches, you see that coming in is your mother,
Mom?
and she's red-faced in tears.
Mom, what's wrong? So I'm going to get up and go over there.
She gives you a hug. And you sit down, and she doesn't answer you. She just goes, "Sit, Betty. I'm glad your friends are here."
What happened?
Coda's just standing in the background, just going like, "No way."
An agent sits down and says, Miss Burkhart, I am here to inform you, since your mother cannot, that your father hasn't been seen the last few days.
What?
No way.
This is top secret, and you have the clearance. And I am willing to grant this at the moment, but understand anything else can be considered traitor if you divulge this outside of this room. He worked with us, worked with the U.S. military, I should say. And upon you particularly arriving here in this time, and as you look at your mom isn't batting an eye. She's upset. She's not in a shock at this information. Anyway, there was a mission and he's not come back. The last anybody saw, he was being carried away into waters and is not reported in.
Wait. I'm gonna kind of look at my two friends. What kind of a mission? Like,
the details of the mission we can't discuss. Just know that he was a brave man, both unsung in World War II.
okay. I can find him. I'll find him. I'm gonna look at my mother. I'll find him. Okay.
Betty, if he is gone, he needs to be gone. If he's alive, there's a reason he hasn't reported in. And I've always trusted that man. I have to keep trusting him. Even
it's gonna be okay. I'll listen. I have new. And I stop myself. I have ways. I can find him. Just
Betty, this world's different. Things don't work the way they used to. I don't know.
I know, but my friends here, they know that. They can help me. How do you know about? I guess it's not important right now. I'm just gonna look at the agent. I need you to keep her safe. I'll take care of this.
We kind of looks at you. Kind of eyes Coda. As our mother said, if he indeed hasn't reported in, he might have a reason. But and gets up, she nods, and it's like she wants to tell you something, but she just can't, and she just passes you an envelope that is just unmistakably styled. It's manila, has a little floral pattern on it. Just tell that this has been sealed for quite some time, but also that it was sealed before you came to this time.
Okay.
And she passes it. And then she gets up and, unable to really say much more, her and the agent leave.
Okay. I'm immediately going to open up this envelope.
And it is a trading card. Your trading card. And in now fairly aged paper, been quite a few years in there. It just says, "You were my number one from day one." And as you look at it, this is the original card that was ever printed.
I'm going to put it back in the folder and look at the other two, my friends. Look, okay. I saw him. If that was my dad, if that was him, then I know where I last saw him, and we can go there. And
No, I think we have to leave him there. I think
what?
I work something. He's fine.
What are you talking about?
All right. Other honesty time. I was technically supposed to kill your dad.
What?
Part of the job, where I has to stay and you two weren't, was I was requested to kill the leader of the group, unbeknownst to me being your dad, but I want him to lay low for a few days, maybe a week, let me help everything die down, and then he can come out of hiding, or prop someone else.
I mean, look. I mean, I don't even know how to unpack that right now. I just need your help. I just need to know. I just need to find him. If I can find him, I can protect him. I'll handle the rest. We have to find him. He doesn't know this world, and if he's just roaming around out there, he's unsafe regardless. And
Very manageable to me. Fine.
no, he's not fine.
I mean, did you not? He nearly beat the crap out of all of us and a whole freight boat.
Well, yeah, but I don't even know. Look, here's what I know. Here's mission objective. My father. We just have to find him.
For what?
For what? So I can get him back home.
He can't.
That's his dad. Her dad. That's her wife. Her husband.
It is, but Justin, he's he'll just be in more danger by being home. You guys are heroes. Have you never had to deal with like hiding someone for a bit?
Wait, I know what to do. I know what to do. If we can find him, I can take him.
We
I
could
can
put
take him.
send you and your mom home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that way, nobody has to know, Coda. So
yeah, that
you
works.
you won't get hurt. He won't be hurt.
Worried about me getting hurt. It's just as soon as he comes out, there'll just be someone else to kill him. Failed.
Unless we send him back with me. And that means we're going to need Betty's help. Because I don't know how to open up a time portal. But that doesn't matter. We just have to find him. I'm going back to that place with or without you guys, but I would prefer help.
Of course I'm there for you, Betty.
Thank you. Are you in, Coda?
Fine, but if he dies, that's on you. I'm not living with guilt.
So Betty doesn't say anything to that. She's going to put away the manila envelope. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the next place she would want to go is back to that forest area where she last saw who she thinks is her father now.
Okay. Is there anything else the rest of you want to do?
How are we gonna get there, Betty? Are you gonna fly us?
Yeah, I can fly.
Yes.
Okay.
Can Coda fly?
Yeah.
Okay. So Betty will take Sally and fly out that way.
Okay. All right. So you go ahead and are you going right that direction? Try basically just leaving school.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
Okay.
she's going to wait. I mean, they would leave the school, obviously, before they go fly.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, you quickly try to make your way, and for all of you, you've been stuck through worse things, and you're able to get to the streets, find a place to make your transformations, and begin flying across the air as your personas quickly moving where you need to go. And you go back out across the ocean. Now, a few things. Coda, did you see everything delivered otherwise to your employer there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then I'll say you're able to go about where you last saw your dad. So you land. It's outside the city, so it is cold. The leaves crunch, are wet, and the undergrowth of it is crunching from frost being broken as you sink in just a little bit. And they're not quite yet frozen mud.
I think Betty would rely on, having grown up, her dad probably took her camping on occasion or things like that, and she would try to remember things he taught her about. Maybe he had like, since he's former military, he might have had a lot of types of advice, like if you ever find yourself lost in the woods, do this, this, and this, and would be kind of following those types of directions to figure out where he might have gone.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna find someone here. Let's go with. Look at our moves things here. A real good way to do this. So in that case, yeah, you try to search, you find some sign here of someone who sorry, you find no sign of him, but you try to go that where would be a safe place, how one might travel to keep their bearings, and you continue to take that, and this takes you quite a few hours, and you almost lose yourself in this search, so much so that you are almost shocked when you come to the border of the burned Elder District.
Do you think he might have gone here?
I mean, tons of rubble, perfect place to hide.
Yeah, I agree. This would be the best place to hide out. Should we split up, or this is a big district? Maybe if we just take a look from the sky, we might, unless he's hiding under. I'm going to try to use my super hearing to see if I can hear any sounds of, because I know this is sort of an abandoned district, and maybe there's sounds of movement or walking, or maybe.
Sure. Yeah. Unleash your powers.
All right. So let me pull up the guide here once again. Unleash powers. Oh, here it is. Okay, that's plus freak. Okay, so that would be 10. That is a 10.
Oh, nice. So, you listen, and you hear something coming from underground, a little bit away to the west, as it's coming up at an angle towards you from underground.
Okay. There's definitely something here. And I'm going to mention about it being underground and likely heading in this direction. If it's not him, we should just be prepared. But
Okay, it's not heading toward.
oh,
The sound is emanating from a point that way. Therefore, the
Gotcha.
sound waves are coming from that direction.
yeah. Okay.
So it's over there.
All right. So I'm gonna start leading us in that direction.
Got it. So traversing as the angle is becoming a sharper angle of the hearing, and you're listening here and there, and you stop before you're directly above it, maybe a few hundred feet or so. And you look before you and you see where you came here from. This is where so much happened. Where you, in particular, popped into this time and how the district was brought in its place. But you, Eddie, were here. Sally, you remember being here with Erica as she was being taken. Same day that you had found out about your doom and were experiencing your own powers. And Coda, where you first betrayed those who taught you, those who took you in. And it's here, where everything happened. And as you all look, it is precisely, you remember it from that night. It's not one thing that has changed.
This place is has a lot of memory.
There's a lot here, yeah. This is all where we all first met.
Yeah, where we became a team.
Always comes back to the beginning, you know? Let's go find your dad, Betty.
Yeah. Are there any sewer? If I understand correctly, this sound was coming from underneath, like below us. Is that right?
Yeah, and so right now you're still a little bit of ways from where you'd be directly above it, but
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I'll keep leading us unless somebody has anything they need to do here.
Nah, sounds good.
okay. I do want to quickly jump in as a keeper, make sure everyone is jumping in here. This isn't just Betty's story. This is just sort of the vehicle. So please, play as you feel appropriate. And you walk in here, and Coda, you're the first one that, as you step through, your toes tingle, like the
I
bottoms
don't
of your
have
feet.
those.
That's right. You feel vibrations through your metal body. And it's almost as if those pieces are disrupting, like you have to concentrate a little harder just at the bottom of your metal feet.
Huh. Guys, my powers are starting to not work here.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, I walk by using metal. It's getting
Yeah.
hard to walk.
Oh.
It happened. There's like a lot of magnets nearby.
Oh. And I'm going to look at Sally. Is there anything you can do to help him?
Yeah. Sally's gonna kind of move a chair or like some type of debris with her telekinesis and be like, Cody, you think you can ride this?
Well, I think we should more worry about why the ability. I can still walk. I'm moving. It's more the fact that this might problem. What if we're wrong about who's down here?
That's a good point. Do your
We
powers
did
still
just
work,
find
Sally?
a cave with sounds.
That's a good point, Matt. Does my powers still work?
What do you do to test it?
I will try to phase through the ground.
You unleash your mystical energies, and there is a sensation that you get as you typically phase. And as you begin to phase slightly through, it is different, and you investigate it, and as you just don't know what it is. It's like this different type, like just off, almost ticklish. And you get right to where your eyes are. It's as if you go through a very super thin beam of light. And then you see footprints. And more importantly, 50 feet away, a hole about 5 feet wide that seems to curve down. As if you're seen under some type of projection.
I'll phase my head back up. Like, guys, you should probably look this.
What is it?
Here, take
Ground
my
made of
hand.
metal? Or is there metal in the ground? Just so I can just rip it apart. Oh, you offer your hand?
Take my hand.
You're trying to face him as well?
Yeah.
Okay. You phase down Dakota, and again, you see below this light image.
Huh.
And yeah. You see this has been clearly like excavated.
Can I go up and then pull Betty down with us?
Sure. It allows, and you again. So all of you are mostly like essentially your chins are phased into the ground. You're just seeing your eyes below this light projection.
I don't think that was there before.
No.
I don't recognize it. Should we break it?
I mean, we got to do something.
I don't know, just ominous machine in the middle of nowhere. First instinct, I feel like, is super villain.
I mean, I don't know anything about machines, so
Been in a lot of evil layers, and usually this is like the dream setup. Middle of nowhere, no one's ever gonna find it. Instantly running. No safety signs at all.
well, I guess I'm not going to know what this does, but if either of you know how to check it and figure out what this is before we break it, I mean, it could be something that's important.
Coder, you better with computers than me, I think.
I know how to use them.
All right. So Coda, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go up to a screen or anything like something that I actually can actually use as like an actual computer part to try to figure out what it does, instead of just like looking at it, like something that I can
All right.
interact.
How would
with.
you go? How would you go about finding this?
I would mainly just kind of look around the like more bulkier parts of it to check for like mainly a screen or something like that.
Okay, so right now you're just you're on the surface. You're just looking at the surface area here, and you see where they're very, very cleverly disguised as bits of glass and metal that, even as you're looking at it, you want to just naturally think that it's just sunlight being reflected off of them. You see these about 37 projectors seem to be creating this illusion placed all around. If there was some type of hard or something to control this, it's maybe beneath this or somewhere else.
All right, I'll definitely tell that to. There's a bunch of monitors everywhere to simulate.
Maybe that's the thing that Betty heard buzzing. Maybe it's running them.
Does it sound familiar?
You try to differentiate between the sound of light being rewritten, which is what you start to realize as you focus in, that these aren't what you thought were projection. These are actually reconstituting the light particles, changing them.
Oh.
And as you differentiate that, you still hear what you thought you heard, sounds of movements, light, nothing rhythmic, but you'd associate with people far below.
No, there's definitely this isn't the sound I was listening to. There's definitely people or something in here. Further down.
Well, let's keep going and try to get in there. I don't know what's going on.
Are we gonna do anything about this huge machine, or are we just gonna leave it here?
What do you want to try to do about it?
We could melt it.
I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of your call because, like I said, I don't know anything about this or what this is doing.
if we attack it, and won't they know that we're here then? I mean,
True.
I'm sure it has some sensors on it.
Good point. Didn't think about that. All right, let's get a grasp of what's going on here first.
Okay.
How do you want to proceed?
Betty would continue leading us toward the sound of people approaching quietly, because we still don't know if these are good people or bad people or where we're going. But in that direction.
Okay. So if you're going to go on the surface and trying to like look beneath this, you find that there is a simple stone trapped door that you're able to actually looks like it was meant to be sealed, but it's slightly open, that easy enough you can push, and there is a stone staircase that leads down. And is that the way you want to take?
Yeah, definitely.
You keep progressing down more. You proceed step by step, foot by foot, and it goes down quite a ways. So it finally ends. You estimate maybe 100 feet below the surface. And as you get to the stone floor, you see 7 symbols taking up what almost is a vestibule and almost an atrium. They are in perfect circle with one another in the center of these 7 symbols. There is a depiction of a horned humanoid standing, reaching almost, it's like a relief in the floor, and it's pictured looking up, the eyes looking at whoever would be looking at this carving, and its hand like reaches out.
What is that?
Satan?
Wait, you mean in the future you actually... Does he come here?
No, more of a joke, but honestly, I got nothing better. I got no better guesses.
Oh.
I mean, it'd be nice, who knows? We've had people with horns before be heroes.
So the 7
But let's assume not.
are these like things that can be touched, or are they is this like a...
It's
like- go
It's 7 circles like that were etched or carved into the stone floor.
ahead. Okay.
So, and they surround the symbol, and this whole thing takes up such that it is impossible to walk through without walking on this structure.
Hmm. Maybe there's an order to it, or we could just fly over it.
We could try.
I'll go first.
Maybe
I
we
feel
should
like I
throw a
could...
rock.
Yeah, that's a much better idea than what I was coming up with.
I'll just Kaido just point his metal hand out and make like a finger gun, and just like the point of his finger will liquefy and just kind of like shoot off forward.
Okay. Goes through the air, lands on the other side.
Well, metal can get across.
That's good. Okay. I guess. Do you want me to try it first? I mean, I feel like I can take a punch.
Sure, you got it.
Okay. So Betty is going to lift herself up, or she's going to attempt to lift herself up. I don't know how her powers are working down here.
Okay. You push yourself up and you can float.
Okay. She's going to just attempt to move over all the way down and just kind of slowly, really, to kind of see if she's hearing anything or seeing anything. The first sign of danger, and she might stop.
Okay, so you... As you are floating slowly, inches by inches, you look Nothing seems to be moved. But in this stone carving, in one of the circles, among symbols you don't recognize, are frankly frightening. You see what is a dead ringer, or the Burkhart Industries logo.
Oh no. So these other symbols, do they have company names or like logos or? Oh, you said I don't recognize them.
Well, you can look at the other. Just this one circle amongst was one that had symbols, and the
Mhm.
center was a logo. If you want to look in the other circles, you can.
Hey guys, one of these circles has Burkhart Industries on it.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
I'd also agree that it's weird. If honestly, I didn't expect Elizabeth to be involved in almost everything we do.
I mean, did she?
She's like
probably-
on top of it.
She's got time travel. She's yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have burned the diary. Then I'd be pretty awesome.
You're still awesome, Betty.
I was trying to make a joke.
Sally wants to look for one, like her dad's symbol.
You
in the
look,
mirror.
and as you look around, you're trying to look for your dad's, but what you find is your version of it. But you've scrawled what you have on Harlot. It's your symbol.
Can I look for my
Yes.
symbol?
You look next to a circle with a moon in it is a circle with yours.
Did we die?
Hold on. If there is a circle, the moon could represent Erica. Is there one for the other two? Eon and Finn?
Are there? I'm gonna kind of float over those.
You look and you see the symbol of Finn's people that you saw on the ambassador. And a hand that, at least in the way that you're thinking, is kind of what you'd think would be dust. You look very closely, and around the hand are just what look like very, very tiny bugs.
Nanobots. What? The last symbol. What's that one?
You look. The very last one that you see here is blank.
That's weird.
That's very weird. What does this all mean?
Well, I mean, okay, so all of us are represented here, including our other friends.
We were all here that day the place blew up.
Who else was here?
Do you want to get?
I mean,
I mean, maybe it's some little boy reading this story, and they have to give us a name. I don't know.
insert name here.
Bastion! Bastion!
So this other one, this other circle, other than the fact that it's blank, does it look different in any other way? Does it look more recent? Does it look Is there anything else to really differentiate?
You float over it. And you begin hearing, as you start to kind of like try to understand this, you begin hearing footsteps, almost like your hearing suddenly kicks in again. You're just so focused on what you were looking at. And it's coming from down the stairs, several footsteps. And sound of vehicles stopping.
Guys, I hear vehicles, multiple footsteps. It's not just one person down here.
Who would be down here?
Probably a villain layer.
Why would the villain have a layer of our signs? That's weird, Coda.
I mean, it does. Why would a hero have a symbol of a room full of our signs? That seems even weirder.
Maybe
Wait.
the hero, the elders, like built us a secret layer, and they were gonna reward us.
Oh, wait, but Aeon was from the future, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if whatever this is, where we're at right now, maybe this is part of that time weirdness, like something from the future that got brought back, or because none of us have made this.
Like when he
Have
came
we
back.
tried
something
like
was
standing on our
controlled.
circles?
Yeah, maybe they're like teleporters.
Yeah.
I don't
Beam
know.
me up, Scotty.
What does that mean?
I saw it in a show once. I don't know. It sounded cool.
Oh, all right. I'll go stand on the Burkhart Industries logo.
Okay.
Sally Jane goes and stands on hers and just like looks excitedly into the sky. If there was sky, but they're under the ground, so she's just like, "Come on."
Okay.
Like
As
puts
you,
like one
um,
arm up.
You lower yourself down, and so I would say, Betty, lower yourself down, and your boots touch the symbol, and there is this soft red glow that immediately comes along the symbols. And Sally, you move yourself, and the indentations fill up with blood. Cold, are you going to yours, or are you chilling? You see this happen?
Are you alive in there? You're on there?
I'm still here.
Yeah, seems harmless enough.
Jokes. Ah!
I'd get.
Go to yours.
Yeah.
You. Dunk, 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 dunk. And you step on, and as you make yourself apparent on yours, you sense metal, like shards of it, loose beneath what seems, now that you're standing on it, a covering of stone around your area.
can I try to it's just underneath the stone, right?
Mhm.
Can I try to pull it out?
Charge, move, and they hit the bottom. Might be able to force it if you wanted, but as you're kind of playing with it and moving, they are in separate compartments. They could be pushed against those sides, and you feel that just slightly loose, as though it could turn.
I'm supposed to rotate this thing, you guys. Should I do it?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. I'll turn it.
And your symbol begins rotating. As it does, this entire circle of lines being
You're cutting in and out your audio.
Is it? All right. That might have been where I was positioned. As the metal moves and your platform rotates, the whole one rotates. So Coda's is spinning in a smaller circle, and the big one is spinning as well, moving all of yours, drawing lines of energy and power around this relief of this horned being.
Hey guys, I just realized weapons this is like a summoning circle.
Yeah, I think we're. He seems pretty happy about it, and usually I don't help things that look like demons without an explanation.
So do you stop?
Yeah.
You stop midway, and there's this static energy in the room. And you hear steps finishing coming down the stairway behind you from the surface. And you hear, sounds like a young woman's voice calling up, shouting as she comes down the stairs.
Kelly! Kelly, are you okay? Kelly! Where did she go?
Who are you?
Do I see them?
You see the lines, the circle, this relief, and around them, as you see this power circling, beginning to light up this figure that is carved into the center of them.
Yeah, seriously, who are you?
Who are you?
We asked you first.
Yeah, we definitely.
Look, I'm Betty.
I'm not supposed to
Abigail.
answer them.
Well, Abigail?
Yeah.
Hi. What do you... Who are you?
Well, I'm just a girl lost in a building, I guess. Have you seen a girl about this tall, blonde hair, kind of self-important air about her, but she's really more down to earth than you think she is. She was just here.
That's really
No,
specific.
Yeah, that was way too specific.
No.
No,
Have you s-
nobody.
Have you seen this symbol before?
Have I seen the symbol before?
You look at the carving and you really look hard. You want to investigate a mystery?
Yeah. Let me get my old trusty notebook here. Yeah. All right. That's a 10.
Okay. So what do you want to know?
What can it do?
Okay. You look at this whole thing and you recognize the symbols. This is clearly a summoning. But the way that they're made, the lines of power can only be done by people who have immense power somehow of themselves. And the thing seems to be designed upon doing a full rotation to activate, draining the power of those who are in the circles to the being pictured.
And okay. I'm gonna hold my other one. So the being on the wall, what did it look like again?
It's on the floor that
Oh, on
all
the
these
floor.
circles are around.
Yeah.
You look, and it's a humanoid with two horns. And just as you look at it, you hear steps coming around. And you look up, and you don't see a two-horned humanoid, but you do see a humanoid with one. In a suit, who you last knew as the organizer. Oh, really? It's all this time and you interrupt something it took me so long to put together?
You.
Really, Abigail? I gave you what you wanted. Give me what I wanted. Why
You
involved?
thought you could get it from these people here who have no idea what's going on?
Please. You don't even know what you're talking about. He's nearly murdered people. You have no idea what she's going to be doing in her future. And her present. Anyway. And, well, let's just say this other is a few steps away from something truly amazing.
Abigail's gonna turn to the three and be like, whatever you're doing with this whole ritual thing here, don't do it. It's sapping your power, life force, energy, that stuff.
Betty will step
Yeah,
off.
we just started touching. We have no idea what you're talking about.
As you step
I don't
off,
think
there's
any
a
of
little
us are the.
there's a little bit of a snap as you feel a pull of some of this energy. Instead of coming back into you, leaving you. Going in, and you see the person kind of kind of crack their neck as it happens. And on their left side, the sawed-off horn grows about 2 inches, but doesn't fully form back. And I need the 3 heroes to please mark a condition.
Miss Abigail, is this your friend?
He's not really a friend. He's more of a guy we keep running into.
Who's we?
My friends, we kind of messed up his whole grand plan of getting a ton of souls and power
Called it
once or twice.
So the devil is real.
Is he the devil or a devil?
You think very singularly. That's
A
fine.
devil. There are many.
Oh,
Aha, I'm picking this up.
well, listen, Mr. Devil. I don't know what you're doing here, but you're going to. I mean, what are you doing here?
Also, have you seen Betty's dad?
Mr. Burkhart.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, he's just right in back.
in back.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to go back there.
And kind of steps in front of you for a moment. Now, come. You just barge into an ancient place. Easy. Now. Sally Jane.
Yes.
All you need to do is ask.
Ask what?
Well, we're kin. Want to ask your kin for a favor? Or do you want to risk a battle underground where who knows what could fall and kill people that I might have as guests?
Abigail, did you come here alone or with friends?
With friends, which are suspiciously not here.
Yes. I'd say everybody was unharmed, but I did have to put that girl to sleep. She talks incessantly. A little self-important, if you ask me.
Maybe a little, but still.
Betty,
Yeah.
I think he wants me to make a deal for your dad.
No, you don't know. I think we can take one supervillain.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not letting you do something like that.
What if he hurts him though?
He won't. Because we're here. And we're superheroes.
You're right. The answer is no.
Hmm.
Wait, superheroes?
Oh. Yeah. I'm
Aren't
Betty
you?
Burkhart.
Does Abigail like have a lot of knowledge of Betty Burkhart at all? Or
You've
is
heard
this
you've
yeah.
heard of this, yes.
Yeah.
Though you're on the you're more on Midwest East Coast. You guys kind of more digging the supernatural. They're kind of
Yeah.
more superhero-y on the
Like,
West Coast.
It's West Coast thing.
Yeah.
West Side.
Superheroes are West Side.
Yeah, East Side.
Supernatural craziness is East Side.
Exactly.
It's like
So are you not a superhero, Abigail?
no, that's not really my thing. Uh,
What's your thing?
more running in the light of the full moon.
What?
Is that a song? You sing?
This is why we never go past the Midwest.
Oh, tell me about it. It's been hell ever since I got across the line. At any rate, well, seems we're in an impasse. So, suppose you could leave. This would be preferable. But I am afraid that this place, time was ripped in twain. A father betrayed by his own daughter, and a daughter betrayed by her parents. All here. And to top it off, poor boy who's lost most of his body, trying to think he can change his very soul to be good. The sheer effort of that. Wow. Let's just say, oh, I'm a whole new being. You made quite the nexus. And of course,
Did you cause that event, or are you just benefiting off it?
tomato, tomato.
I strongly disagree.
And then we have the very persona of those who returned me to power. Thanks again for that, Abigail. Trying to rescue the one actually responsible. Doesn't that sound something of prophecy? Just reeks with arcane power.
Prophecy schmophecy. I've been dealing with those things since we started on this whole journey.
You're the one who gathered people to kill the devil. And you wouldn't believe the calls I get of trademark infringement because of that.
Are you going to get out of my way or not?
Oh no. I'm afraid not.
You do know that means we're going to have to fight.
If
Yeah,
you
that was the wrong answer.
insist.
Abigail, you might want to stay back. I mean, I don't know what running in the moon means, but this is more like a superhero fight.
Oh, don't worry. I can hold my own. And then you kind of just like see her hands like erupt into these big giant claws.
And claws grow out of Miss Bean's fingers. Eyes glow black and red. Teeth sharpen. If I must, I must. And as you transform, Abigail, there's the symbol with the silver moon that glows, and you feel its energy seeping into you. As they say, well, that's not fair. And in this next thing, you can free play. You can use your MOTW playbook, but if you want to look at anything like transformed or just go with it. Is I guess what I'm saying. I want to superhero power you up a bit.
Let me just pull that one up.
I know. It's so easy on you.
I love having two monitors.
Yeah, can I try to bind this guy in like just a lump of metal, just like from?
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and you're going to start enter into a dangerous situation. So you can get your
Cool.
2 team. And obviously we won't use Abigail quite in this, but who's the leader? Is this going to be Betty?
Yeah, she picked the fight definitely.
I'm finally the leader.
All right. And does Betty have influence over Coda or Sally?
Let's check.
You should have influence over me.
I don't think you do over me.
No, I think I lost it from Coda last time.
Yeah.
I have influence over nobody, according to this.
Okay. I think I can see that based on some of the stuff that's occurred before. So, all right, so we get a team bonus for that. And so that goes down 1 team. They believe in you. So yeah, you're going to end up with a total of 2 team in the pool.
Okay.
And I got an 11 on that roll to encase him in metal.
Okay, so the first thing you want to try to do is use your powers. Let me get this up here.
I'm marking experience for Kelly since she was captured by a monster.
That makes sense.
That threw me. I love it. All right. So here we go. Let's see here. This is going to be directly engage a threat. You got a 10,
An 11.
an 11. Okay, and did you roll danger on that?
Yeah, it was 2.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you can pick 2.
All right, I want to keep him restrained. That's something I can do.
Okay.
One
So it
second.
sounds like create an opportunity for your allies and impress, surprise, or fight
Yeah,
the opposition. I think those two sound like what you're doing. So it comes up,
Yeah.
absolutely unprepared for this, as the metal bursts. I think it bursts out of the symbol you're standing on, or we're standing on, and comes on, and it ends up. Abigail, you recognize as it wraps around their hands. There's like a mystical quality to this metal that makes it stronger. Who would like to go next?
Betty, you can probably get through now.
I was just looking at my my feats real quick. Yeah, I probably can get through now. Okay, so what she's going to do is she's going to ask them to just keep him busy and that she'll be right back, but she has to go get her dad. So she's going to try to get past the observer. I can't remember what his name was. And the organizer, and try to get into the other room behind him.
Absolutely. Go ahead and I'm going to say give me savior, because you're trying to you feel like you're probably trying to save your dad, or those beyond this.
Okay. All right. That's a 13.
Jeez. Fantastic. Okay, so you can add a team or clear a condition.
I will add a team.
Okay, you add a team to the pool as you rush by them and in a burst of speed go down this hallway. Go, no! And I was very perturbed at this as you burst into this room. And there you see a collection of people all chained against walls. You see your father alive, but there are stone spikes driven through his hands, and he's bleeding. The blood is flowing down, mingling with blood of some other people into a pool in the center of this room. There is a blonde-haired girl who has passed out and gagged, as well as Elizabeth. And we go through and we see a young man and there is a statue of metal of your friend being melted, of Eon, as the metal pours down and is mixing with this blood, and there is trickling of blue blood from Finn. And now we'll go back to the fight.
So before he can react, Abigail is going to launch herself forward and try to kick his ass.
All right. Roulette.
And I'm going to use my unholy strength because I'm a werewolf.
As Abigail goes for the hit, I'm gonna open up the area, like the area that she's trying to hit, so it's no longer encased and get hit parts really easy.
Yeah,
And then
you got it. Take a
She hits
plus
him.
one on this.
So 7, 8, So 10 with the +1 is an 11.
Okay.
And where'd it go? Do-do-do-do-do. And I would like to inflict terrible harm. As we've tangled with this beastie before, and frankly, Abigail's tired of it.
You've
It
got
keeps
it.
coming back like a bad cockroach.
Absolutely. You dive into this, and as you do, the skin kind of opens up, and as black blood comes out, it kind of swirls and then makes a spray as acid comes into your face. For 1 harm, ignore armor. As 2 harm is dealt to this creature. Actually, how much harm did your claws do? Is it 2? Or is it 1?
They do. I believe it's 2. Hang on. I have to go to the other page. Yeah, it does 2 base, so it would have
Before.
Before.
Yeah, you rip him up. Even as you watch, it seems though some of it is healing. This place draws power to him. You're seeing that the skin starts to knit itself back together. You think I can be killed here? And who else would like to go?
All right.
So he said, I'm gonna be like, you can destroy this place, and can I try to make the kind of not come down, but go outwards instead, so we don't.
So you literally trying to tear the roof
If
off
it's
of this
like-
place?
Yeah.
Okay. You trying this room, or do you want like the whole temple?
I meant more like the whole temple to stop whatever to destroy as much as possible without causing as little of it to fall down as possible.
Okay. So you're just trying to like basically obliterate the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, unleash your powers.
As a 10.
There's freak. 10 with freak. Excellent. Okay. So you let this out and all you watch as the ore that is all around, all the metal, there's tons of metal in the ceiling here based on old construction projects and just the time of things working it down and piping. As pipes grab around and stone begins to fall, and in a burst, hundreds of feet of rock are clean cut up with just the littlest bit of debris coming down, and the sun shines down. Just the sudden burst of light causing everyone to wince as the rubble comes out in like a geyser of dirt and metal. And you see him take a knee. Not totally disempowered, but that dealt him a blow.
That opened up for Sally Jane, because she is going to, taking my last adult move I chose, I got a bolstered, which I get adult move.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to overwhelm a vulnerable foe.
Yeah.
As she's going to draw, as she's going to tap into her doom, and the shadows are going to come out, and the blood that she's standing on is going to flow up. She's going to try to rip off the horns of the devil, taking away both what he got back and 1 extra. So
Roll danger.
okay, so that is an 8. So I will automatically take a powerful blow, and I have to hurt your foe more than you intended, and you cause serious collateral damage.
Okay. So an 8, you choose 2, right?
Yep.
Which 2 do you choose?
I hurt more. So with the overwhelm of vulnerable foe, I pretty much automatically take the powerful blow,
Right.
and then so I'm hurting my foe more than intended, and
Okay.
causing serious collateral damage, I guess.
Oh, I see. Because of the other one. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah,
Perfect. All right.
yeah. If you get high enough, you only have to choose one, but if you get that low one, you have to get both.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do roll a 10 and add your condition. Sorry, roll 2d6 and add your condition.
Yep, that's going to be an 8.
An 8, so you choose one.
So I'm going to struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Okay, so you got 3 conditions marked.
Yep.
Okay, so we see Arlet's energy move around her, black veins across her face, as blood flies, and you run up as you grab these horns, and there's this moment where the power that you're trying to take here, you're both trying to take it physically, but in order to do so, you're letting it run through your body, as there's this back feedback loop of your power and his power in these horns as you're using it to crush him, and he goes, no! And they crack. Blood spurts out as you take out the roots of the horns themselves. Gonna mark his conditions.
Now,
And-
causing serious collateral damage means your
Mhm.
environment and those around you are hurt at least endangered. It's up to the GM exactly who or what gets hurt.
Yeah. From this explosion of energy disrupts the metal that's around him as it bursts forth. And this, I'll say, Abigail to harm. Everybody else, I guess, besides Sally Jane, since she already did it. So Betty and Coda, go ahead and take a powerful blow.
We'll get to it. Plus conditions marked. So that is a 4.
A 4?
5, 5, 5.
5.
5.
You're good to
Sorry.
go?
3.
3.
I
You're
rolled
good to
snake
go.
eyes. For
Amazing. All right, so explodes out, and the energy goes past you. You're able to take it and shelter yourself as huge rocks begin to come in. It destabilizes this area that you had opened up, Coda. As he looks past, he goes, the blood. I have to get to the blood. And I guess probably Betty, if you'd like to do something.
Okay, so having seen everything I've seen, I'm assuming this is another group of superheroes. So I'm going to try to wake up the girl first to send her out, and then just kind of start making my rounds to get everybody up.
Okay. Wake everybody up.
You're sending Kelly out. You're so horrible.
She's a superhero. I'm assuming they're all superheroes.
Go! Elizabeth looks at you. And as you go there, you see your dad's just sort of coming to still. Before he fully comes to, she grabs your hand. She just looks at you and goes, for what it's worth. I went through the portal when I was your age. And she runs.
Huh.
And your dad seems unable to fully move himself.
Okay, so I would be trying to get him out. And yeah, I'm sending blonde superhero in there. I'm getting dad out, and Elizabeth is now safe.
Okay. You got it. Back in the room. Coda, if you want to do it. Well, actually, could, yeah, what everybody wants to do. Kind of free again. You want to do this?
He was. You get more. His last thing he said was, "I need to get back to the blood." Right?
Yeah, he said he wanted to get to the blood.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do the same thing I did to Betty's dad, and except this time wrap metal around his like hands and legs and try to like pull him out of this area as far as I can. Not as like as far as I can, just like lift air outside.
Okay. Yeah, row danger for directly engage threat.
That is a set. No, that's a 7 rolled. Plus danger is so I guess what I'm doing is create an opportunity for my. I guess I'm creating an opportunity for my allies, but dragging him in the air. That, or I would say, taking something from them.
You got a 9.
Taking away his ability to. Yeah, I got 9. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you can create an opportunity. Yep. I see, because you're trying to get him out of there.
Yeah.
So you
either create an opportunity or take something from him.
Gotcha. So you toss him in the air as this metal rips him up. Before he does that, he looks down at you as he's beginning to float. He goes, and he concentrates, and you can tell, like with the last bit, kind of weaves his fingers, and the 2 horns in Abigail's hand kind of vibrate, and energy spurts out and begins to wrap around your metal, and you feel it about to totally melt and go into liquid. So you can mark a condition or lose connection to your powers.
I'll mark a condition.
Okay.
Go with hopeless. I just feel like that's good in this situation. My powers are failing me. Or afraid. Powers, yeah, that works better.
Okay, Abigail or Sally Jane?
I'm wondering if this is read a bad situation or investigate. I think it's more a read bad situation. if I took these horns and I stabbed him with them, what that would do. I'm trying to think if I feel like it would be reading a bad situation. Determining that.
Yeah, you're in a bad situation.
Nine.
All right. So a question. Oh, so you're trying to see what would happen. I'd say you think through and you don't think that stabbing him in this would do what you're trying to do. You think through if it was likely that easy, why wasn't he stabbed? Or so it's like, why do these exist separate? However, I will say that holding these, you, especially in their immense in their heightened condition, you likely could channel abilities through them.
Oh.
I would say you have the idea. I'm going to kind of give you this moment because I think this would be between Sally, Jane, and you. Two of you together would know that creatures like this typically cannot be killed, but can be bound.
Or banished.
Yes. So I think let's go over to Sally, Jane, if you guys want to do anything together, but we can figure that out.
Abigail, did you find out what we could do with those?
We could use them as a channeling tool, a focus. We could banish him back. We could bind him into them or into something else.
Oh, I
You
have
have
a
a
place
snow
we could put 'em.
globe.
Oh no, I have a perfect place I could put him. He likes to deal with dark powers, huh? Well, let's have him go meet my dark power and see who's better. That's what Sally Jane's gonna do. She's gonna run over to Abigail and be like, I think I might need your energy to help me do this.
Okay.
And then she's gonna start chanting some words that she's read before. So what would you like me to roll, Matt?
Would you like me to roll help too?
Go ahead and roll help.
Eight.
So, can you take another adult move or no?
I cannot.
Interesting.
Don't think so.
So I'd give a +1, but I'd expose myself to danger.
Yep, I can only use it
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah,
But
roll
I can overcharge my abilities with my burn.
Okay.
With my Nova abilities, because I can use 3 of those. So I will have to mark condition possibly.
Okay,
Which
let's do
would-
that then. I think this is supercharged. Definitely a supercharge right here. And
So I'll be up to 4 conditions marked.
okay, so roll freak.
Okay. That is a 12 plus 2, 14.
Jeez. All right. With these horns, the two of you grasp and channel this energy, and you allow it to burn through your body. You see, Abigail, you see like the moisture of Sally's skin begin to go off in steam as it hardens and cracks, and she screams. This hellish energy flows through her, and a portal opens above this man as a large dark claw comes down, grabs him. And as they begin to pull up, it says there's this flash of yellow, like something's blocking him from exiting this plane. And the symbols in the floor begin to glow. And lift. And energy signatures of what was on them. The Burkott Industries floats to Betty. Another symbol floats to Coda. Sally Jane, here comes yours. And Abigail, you just see a representation of the moon. And you hear this voice. And Sally, you recognize it. And it is this voice that always calls to you to push you further. It's this. He is bound to this world. You must sacrifice something. You must give. And Betty, your symbol glows and splits into two. In one, you see yourself stepping through the portal, much like the one that you can see through here. There's your time. There's your future. Your real childhood waiting for you. But you cry as you leave your friends behind, the ones that have gotten through this rough time. In the other, you see everyone going through your parents from your home that was brought here, but you. Forever cutting you off from your family. And Betty can choose to sacrifice her friends, or sacrifice her family, if she wishes to help the ritual.
That's probably what she hears Sally Jane screaming out.
Betty looks at her friends and looks at her dad. And looks at her friends. I guess we all knew I couldn't stay here forever. And it sounds like there are a lot of things I can fix. But not in a world I don't know. Maybe when we all meet again, I'll be better than the other me.
Elizabeth looks on as if remembering.
This isn't goodbye, Betty.
No, as a matter of fact, I plan to remember this day. And if I can remember this day, then I'll be waiting outside the real me for all of you. And she'll take out the manila folder and she'll toss it to Coda. Hang on to this. It's probably worth something, and it's a little easier or a better way to make money than, you know.
I was gonna.
Betty. Keep going in.
I was saying he's gonna flip through it. Sorry. Understood there.
Are you going to flip through it?
Yeah, just like flip through the sorry. I can't remember what this envelope
It's a
is.
card. It's a first trading card
Oh, card.
of Betty Burkhart, original print.
Worth a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Ah. Oh. Very sweet, Betty. Are you sure you're okay with just leaving?
No, but I want to make this future world a little better, and I can only do that in the world I know. Like I said, I'll see you very soon.
Betty, before you go, can I tell you something?
Sure.
Come here. I can't really move. Why have this spell
Oh.
going?
Sorry. So, can her dad stand, or am I taking her dad over here? I don't know what's going on.
Here, stand. Go.
Okay. I'll go over there.
She smells. Nice to meet you, Mr. Burkhart. Oh, Betty, I'm sorry that this is happening, but you're an inspiration to me. And you taught me a lot. And then Sally Jane reaches in and kisses her.
Betty's taken aback, but probably assumes because Sally is the person who she's always relied on to teach her about the future that this is just what people do. And so she'll go up and just kiss the other two just like that. And then she'll make her way to the portal.
Koda's gonna go up to Betty's dad and just be like, I'm sorry for almost murdering you and then getting you caught by a demon, but glad you're alive.
Nuts. That's on the back. And Tries to make his way through the portal with Betty. And Coda. What is something Coda is willing to sacrifice?
Coda's willing to sacrifice. I don't know. Doesn't have much to give. I have an arm.
Another one.
He'll give up his memories of all his memories of his best memories of being a decent person with the group, which is what he cherishes most out of a life of crime.
They start to move out, and the body gets pulled closer to this portal, empowered by these two choices. And Abigail.
I think because this would be really wild. I really do think that Abigail would be willing, like, because like I imagine like they track this guy like across the country, like he had done like terrible things in numerous states leading his way here, and throughout it Abigail really grew into being an adult and like and whatnot, and being a werewolf was something that was so intricately part of her identity that if she had to give up something like so like ultimate to make sure this guy stayed away from this world for good, she would give up her lycanthropy, the thing that ties her to her power, to her family.
There's this pull as this wolf you've never quite seen except in rain puddles comes out, looks at you, whimpers. On your determination for it to go, it begins walking towards your symbol. Sally, how do you complete the ritual?
By stepping into the portal with them. Turning back. Not the portal that Betty goes into, but the portal that they hand. She just kind of like reaches up almost, and I think I could see another hand coming down to grab her.
Yeah. Finally accepting the sacrifice.
Knowing that it's either her life or eventually the world's.
In this moment, there's a sucking sound as your energy mixes with the potential of the others' memories. And you're sucked up. Suddenly quiet. Sky turns normal. And Coda, you sort of know what happened. But all the connection, the loss is fading.
Sally and Betty are both gone, aren't they?
Yep.
Koto just kind of slumped down, like a little confused, trying to piece together what's going on.
Yeah.
And then end up coming to the conclusion that he's probably helping some criminal do something.
So, if I may, um, I mean, I don't really have a lot, but I do have this amazing can of hairspray. And if we're talking about sacrificing things, I mean, honestly, there's nothing I actually care about more in the world than this. Or maybe Brad's phone number, but one or the other.
The portal's gone, and he's just like,
Did I miss the... Oh, I missed it.
Abigail kind of like struggles to her feet. Like she visibly looks like she's 3 sizes smaller than you've ever seen her before, Kelly. Kind of just puts her hand on your shoulder, almost misses and falls over, and it's like,
Did you forget how to walk?
no, just I'm glad you're okay, Kelly.
Well, yeah, I came out here to save all of you. Duh.
I knew you liked me.
I'm gonna point at Coda. Who's that?
That's
He's gonna look up and just be like, "Who are you?"
I'm Kelly. Sort of the leader of a mystery group. Are you also a supernatural researcher?
Supernatural, but I wouldn't say researcher.
Well, I mean, if you want, you could always join us. We have an RV. Well, actually, it's not really much of an RV. We actually have a van now. Sort of wrecked the RV. Long story. As long as big feet don't like bother you, because that's kind of important that we keep them with us. Yeah, you could totally join us.
I don't know. Being a
I got being, then again, anything else, Coda?
being a hero isn't really my thing.
Yeah, it's not really ours either. But that's cool. Is this your place? Or is this... Wait, did we kill the demon yet?
We didn't so much kill him, but we sent him back to a weird dimensional plane that he might not escape from.
I'd like to find something useful.
Okay. As you look around and you kick 2 black boxes on the ground. And there's these very simple twine around each one, handwritten in this kind of gorgeous purplish ink in calligraphy. Or the name is, one is addressed to, simply says Abigail, and the other says Kelly.
Abigail!
What?
Look. I'll hand her the one that says Abigail.
Oh,
I open it up.
You open it up. There, first thing you see is a map with the address to a state park specifically in Roswell, New Mexico. And as you lift it up, underneath of it, each one is a blue rose.
Cool. So she'll like take the blue rose and just kind of admire it, put it back into the box. Well, I guess we're going to New Mexico.
I guess so.
Do we need like passports?
No, New Mexico is still part of the United States. For now.
Are you sure you don't want to come? I'll get Coda.
Veer's like, I think I just did a job for an old friend named Eros. Should probably go see her.
Okay. Well, looks like we came and saved the world again. Guess that's our cue. Kelly's gonna make her way out of here.
Okay.
Abigail takes a moment to kind of like looks back at everything, kind of like catching her breath a bit and being like, but we didn't do it alone. There were others who did it too. People we should remember.
Kelly is way out of earshot.
Yeah, you
guys did that.
Ellie,
You lost
oh!
You guys probably lost
Abigail
like a
kinda
whole
just, like,
army on the way
face-palmed.
here.
And as we look on the panel, there is these dotted lines. We get close to them, and we see invisibly shielded a blue-skinned woman we know as the ambassador. She's looking through this file that's marked Finn. And she looks at this medallion that she wears around her neck. It says, "Do not interfere." And she looks again through the file, and we see pictures of all of our heroes having fun, laughing, doing good, saving people. And in a flash of blue light, medallion falls to the ground. She places these photos in a blue and white envelope, seals it, and we see the symbol of the United States Postal Service as she marks down Coda Kane and the address of where he stays. And that is where this issue series will end. So, thank you to Molly for helping us out, coming on, and any of you watching, thanks for joining us as we did this. We went right through our break because we're kind of in the middle of the action, so we're going to go off a little early. And we will see all of you once more next week or the week after, depending on how our signups go. If you want to join our campaign, you can certainly do so as we go to some Dungeons & Dragons, the campaign of the Blue Rose. See you then.
Bye-bye.